This video is going to show you how to navigate around the GoGuardian dashboard. Once you go to account.goguardian.com and log in, you will then be directed to this teacher dashboard. Here you will see a list of all of the courses that you are teaching in, and you will be able to then start monitoring the students' screens. Here, I'm going to go ahead and start my class by selecting how long I want the session to last for. So I'm saying about 45 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and select Start Class. Now what this is going to do is I will see a list of all of my students that are in my course, and I will be able to see the screen of every single student. For this course, my Sandbox course, I only have one student, and that's Crew Frank. So I'm able to see his screen here. Within this one screen, I can then have a couple of different options to be able to control the one student screen or a couple of different students' screens at the same time. Those are going to be located here with the quick actions. So over here, if I select the three dots next to Crew, I can see that he is logged into his Canvas course. What I can do is I have a couple of different options to either lock his device, I can open a tab for just that specific student, or I can exclude the student. The only reason why you would want to exclude a student is if they are not in your class and they were going to be monitored by somebody else in another course. Now, let's play around and take a look at a couple of different options that we can do with the whole course. Up here, I can go to Open Tab. This is super helpful if you're trying to get all of the students in your course into one direct website. I'm going to go ahead and select all, and because Crew is the only student in my class, he's the only one that I have an option for. I'm going to select Next, and then I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the website that I want all of my students to open up. I'm going to select on Open Tab, and now what we're going to see is that Crew is now navigated to that website specifically that I wanted. I also have the availability to lock and unlock the devices of every single student in my course. So I can come here to select all of my students, and perhaps I was just wanting to say, heads up, lock devices. And then what that shows here is it shows you what it looks like for their student N2. So they no longer have any access to navigate around, nor do they have any access to add an additional tab once this screen is on. I'm going to go ahead and go back to unlocking their devices because I'm done with giving the instructions, and now it's time for the students to go and work on the assignment. So now I'm going to see that Crew is able to navigate around his screens, and he's able to go right back around by his business. You can also exclude from session. Again, this is just temporarily hiding the activity of the student. We can apply a scene. This is going to be where you can allow or block certain websites. This is going to be in a later video. Now I'm going to show you around a little bit more about this dashboard and different views that you have. I'm going to go ahead and select on Timelines. And now I have a list of all of the different websites that Crew has been going to, and it will be able to give me alerts and to show me also a quick view of what he's been up to for the day. If I have taken any specific screenshots of a student's device, that's where I'll see this here. To grab a screenshot from a student's device, you can the student's device. And now here I'm able to quickly have exclude student. I can open a new tab specifically for him, lock a device, or here I have the screenshot. I also have the availability to annotate, and then I can show the student directly where to go. So instead of going there, I want the student to go and head to dashboard. And so now what that's going to do is that's going to bring up a green little circle around where exactly the student should be navigating to. I'm going to go ahead and also have the availability to chat for a student. Chat is currently off. So this is just automatically toggled at the very beginning because you can also still go up to students because you have that great relationship built to be able to go talk with them as well. I'm going to go ahead and X out of this screen. And now we're going to talk a little bit about off-task and on-task alerts. I'm going to go ahead and have this toggled on, and I'm going to show you some settings that you can do. What this does is it utilizes artificial intelligence in the background for whether or not a student is on task or off task. And if they are off task, it's going to give you an alert to let you know. Now, you have a different subject area because that AI is going to be working in a little bit differently. So in an English class, students shouldn't be on math courses, and it's going to show you. You have a sensitivity to have strict. So that's an alert if a student is off for more than 15 seconds. You can do moderate, which shows if they're off task for 30 seconds, or you can be extremely lenient and give them about a minute's worth of time before you get the indicator that they're off task. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way up here to strict. Now, I went ahead and had crew making a bad choice and looking up some YouTube videos about cool math games. I see now that his screen is highlighted in yellow, which is alerting me as the teacher that he's off task. I also have a bar down here that lets me know that Crew Frank has been off task, and he's been off task for 43 seconds. So this is also nice because it gives you the amount of time. So that way it will let you know, do you intervene now? What are some choices that you have? So I'm going to go ahead and select these 3 dots, and I'm going to lock the student's device or open a tab for him or just exclude him because maybe he's in a different room at this time. I'm going to go ahead and open up a different tab for him and say, hey, you know what? We were supposed to be at zcs.com. I'm going to re-navigate him way to be able to create those guardrails for him and able to make those positive decisions. I can then click to expand his view. I have all of these different tabs, and so maybe I will go back to, well, we're not opening that YouTube video. I'm going to close that tab for him, and now he no longer has that tab that's available to him as well. Now I'm going to show you a few more views that you have of your students. We can also provide a SEL check-in for students in order to see how they're dealing and feeling with the day. I'm going to go ahead and select Start Check-in. And what this does is it will populate up on the student's screen different emojis to signify how they're feeling. Now, Crew is always feeling pretty good and pretty happy, so I can quickly see within seconds also of how he's feeling. I have the options to as well if he was to come up with a different check-in, to either send him a message to see if he wants to go speak with somebody about this, or again, just simply go up to the student and have that conversation with them. Once my course is done, I will go ahead and select on End Session, and then that now stops my monitoring of the students' devices. So now they can go about their business and go about their day. And I also have the availabilities to go over and see past timelines and past responses in classes that I've had to be able to go back through retroactively and take a look at what they've been up to. To be able to see those reports, I'll head to Student Reports here, select the classroom, so go back to my Sandbox course, take a look at what was Crew doing. You can have specific dates, and then you can have that view report. You can also have that report emailed as well. So then that way, all of the information here of the off-task time that Crew was doing, it has availabilities here in a quick snapshot of to what that student was doing and what they were up to. And that's it. That's a way to navigate your way around GoGuardian. If you have any questions, reach out to your digital learning coach.